Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. And I know it's been long since I made any video, but hey, here I am. Thank you for sticking by, and thank you for tons of messages about how much you like my videos and how much my content is helping you. I'm very glad. I'm very glad that even like if I can help one person completely in their journey towards master's degree, that's amazing. So thank you so much for everyone who takes time to write that appreciation message or comment on my video or just go and like and share it, something like that. I'm highly grateful for each one of you. We just hit 40,000, 41,000 subscribers, and it's insane. It has always been my dream to see these numbers, and now when they're coming live in my life, it's amazing. So it's an amazing feeling. I know I'm not uploading every day, but I'm trying to stick by.
I love the way you talk to me when nobody is listening.
Today's video we're going to talk about how to crack any interview that you get, and specifically going around software engineering and data science, taking up examples from my experience of applying and getting into Microsoft as a software engineer intern, which I did last summer when I was a student at University of Southern California studying computer science. Most of you are aware of what kind of questions they ask in a computer science or a software engineering interview. It's mostly centered around algorithms, databases, networking questions, etc. Depends on the role that you are applying for in software engineering. But what no one tells you is how to actually prepare for these interviews, face and answer every question that the interviewer is asking. And for that, I am very grateful to all the tips that I got from my seniors and my mentors. And it's really important to have a mentor when you are going for such interviews, because they have a broader view and perspective on the industry that you might not be even looking at. So it's always good to like take tips from people who have experience in the similar roles that you're applying to. Finding a mentor, and that to a good mentor, is a very challenging task. If you want someone to create a roadmap for you on how to ace these interviews, or how to actually even get these interviews, and how to succeed in your career path, get promotions, etc. So for that, I'm gonna introduce you to today's sponsor of the video, which is Preplaced. Preplaced is a platform which gives you an opportunity to connect with mentors from all around the world, from big tech companies such as Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon. It gives you an option to find long-term mentorship with a mentor of your own choice. They even provide you with free session with the mentor of your choice, and it is a platform both for professionals and for freshers. You can get all your questions answered in the general chat or from your personal mentor at any time from anywhere. If you want to know more about Preplaced, you can go to the link in my bio or go to preplaced.in. And it's a great platform. I just signed up for it, and I wish I had something like this, because I always looked out for mentors in my life, and I highly value mentors and seniors who give good directions to you. Coming back to the video, we were going to talk about interviews and how to crack an interview. It's a 6-step process. So the first step in cracking an interview is actually applying for an interview. A lot of people reach out to me asking that they're just doing masters right now, and then the first semester, second, third, blah. But they always ask me like, what is the right time? When should I apply? Should I apply now? Should I apply later? I would suggest that whenever you see a role opened on a website, and if you are eligible to start working by that period, just apply. Don't wait for I don't know, like I don't know why you should wait for anything to apply to a firm, because I believe that there are always specific number of open positions. If your interview is scheduled after all those positions are filled, then they won't even interview you. If you actually want to interview with companies, then you should apply before, because that gives you an upper hand as well. So the chances of you getting an interview are more if you apply before. The second step is preparing your resume. I have always emphasized on this, that the resume gives a picture about you to an interviewer, and it should be concise enough that they can go through it within 10 to 20 seconds, because they generally get a lot of resumes, and not all of the resumes are going to be like super good. So just put some eye-catching impactful work. For example, if you have worked on some of the machine learning model, or when you're applying for a data science role, then you can just how that project made an impact on the society, or how that project was envisioned by you in a way that this will have that much impact, etc., etc. So always talk about impact, always talk about how it brought a change to the firm, or to whatever goal you were decided on when you started working on that project. Then customize your resume according to the role that you are applying to. There'll be a ton of projects. For example, when I was applying to Microsoft, I knew I was applying for a software engineer role. I had a lot of data science projects plus software engineer projects on my portfolio, but what I want to highlight on my resume is not now data science projects, they are going to be software engineering projects. So my my resume for Microsoft is tailored from what I did for JP Morgan, for an example. So tailor your resume every time you apply for a role or for a company in a way that it aligns with the goals of the companies or the goals of the role that you are applying to. It is very common mistake that people try to go into design. I don't know why, for resumes, but you should keep your resume very simple. There's a standard design. I'm gonna link that standard design in the description below. Just follow that design. Don't put pictures, don't put any designs, and make it one page. Always make your resume one page, no matter the experience level, no matter what role, no matter how many projects you have. Always make it one page. Always put in only the work that has made impact. Nobody reads about hobbies anymore on resume, so don't put that out. Once you have a good resume, you can apply. Once you have a good resume, the next step is to get that coding interview. So if you have a good resume and you applied on time, the next step is going to be acing that coding test. So for me in Microsoft, I got one coding test, and it consisted of several questions, coding questions, and that's how most of the tech companies hire professionals for software engineering or even data science roles. Don't panic. Your goal is just to show your coding skills to them, and it's just a screening for people who know coding and who don't know coding. So you don't have to find the best solution possible, but always try to do as many questions correctly as possible. They're gonna be the questions are generally around LeetCode. If you don't know, link in the description. LeetCode.com is a platform where you find questions of different levels, low, medium, and high. And those questions have been asked previously in different companies, and the platform also tells you which company asked this question and what kind of how much time it should take to complete it generally, or on average how much time people take it to complete it. So it's a really great platform, really necessary for all those coding tests. And once you're done with your coding test, the next step is always going to be interviews. So the first round is always the screening round, and that was the same for me at Microsoft. A 30 to 35-minute coding round and a 10 minutes behavioral is what you can expect in those screening rounds. Generally, people consider screening rounds as the one with HR or with just the manager talking about your hobbies. But again, nobody does that anymore. In the industry, it's always about how much you can solve, how good are your strategic abilities, how good are you at solving problems and answering questions. So even if in general, even if you don't have the best answer during that round, it's fine. They are just testing you on how much you are able to think about it. So the best tip ever is just speak it out loud. Whatever you're thinking, just speak it out loud to the interviewer, and that's how you maintain a two-way communication, and that's what the interviewer wants from you. They don't want a person who just can solve, they want a person who can interact and collaborate. uh, Once you are done with your screening, the next is the interview day. So at big tech, especially at Mangs, they ask you for completely around 4 to 5 hours of separate time, because it's a back-to-back interviews, and that's what happened for me for the internship interviews. It was a series of 4 rounds, 4 technical rounds, and they all ask you questions from different levels of coding, definitely from lead code. They also test you on different abilities. So they might ask you questions around software engineering, and software engineering includes making strategies around how you're going to design your problem, how you're going to solve your problem, what is the best solution possible, if not this solution, then what is the another solution. So there are like a couple of things that they test you on. And each round is generally 45 to 60 minutes, where 40 to 50 minutes is dedicated to coding, and rest 10 to 15 minutes is just introductions and any questions from your side. Don't hesitate asking questions, always speak out your mind, and that's the best advice I think for any interview possible. Always speak it out loud. Whatever you're thinking, just speak it out loud. And yeah, that's mostly it. Once you're done with this, all these interview rounds, the next round is an HR round where they tell you whether you succeeded or not. Or generally, it's about like few behavioral questions, and then they tell you like what team do you want and why do you want to join this company. And always have those answers ready. Don't say a generic answer that I want to join Microsoft because Microsoft is Microsoft. You can't say that. Just mention points that I want to join Microsoft because this is the firm that started Windows, because this is the firm that started the software. Why do you want to join Amazon? Because this is the firm that started the best e-commerce website, etc, etc. And there can be tons of different answers, and there's no wrong or right in it, but just how you say it and what points you bring to the table at that time matters. Also in HR round, they ask you about, they talk to you about the beliefs and the principles of the company. So at Microsoft, they talked about how you bring impact to the table. So how you have growth mindset, because that's what they care about most. So they test you on those terms by asking you questions around your life. Like for example, from your resume, you had this project, but how did you tackle this problem on your resume, etc, etc. So just read about the company and be prepared. Don't show that, like, even if you're applying to 100 of companies at one single point, but don't show that you are interested in other companies. Show that how you are the perfect fit for this company, and that's how companies want you. Like, they want a person who is dedicated enough to a company to work for them. They don't want a robot. They don't want a person who can solve problems. ChatGPT can do it, but you bring that human touch to the table. So learn about the company, learn about their beliefs, their principles, read about it, be passionate about the company, and that's how you crack an interview. After all these rounds, I think you're gonna get acceptance or reject mail. For me, it was a call from HR, and I clearly remember that it was Diwali last year when I got a call from HR saying that I got into Microsoft, and that's probably the best news that I've ever heard or wanted to hear from a long time at that time over call. So yeah, all the best for all of the people who are gonna interview. It's a tough time right now. The industry is going pretty slow. Stay there. I am proud of each one of you who's trying every day to crack interviews, and reach out to me on LinkedIn or Instagram if you need my help. Plus, like, share, subscribe, go to preplace.in, check out their website. They give amazing mentorships. Your mentors can help you in finding the right career path for you or cracking that interview. So go to preplace.in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.